Summer plans, who would have ever guessed we'd be in the middle of a war? But I'm telling you, there are brave people who are coming here now. And it's really a sunny day today. And life goes on. And doesn't the Bible say, comfort, yes, comfort you, my people? He's talking to nations of the earth for such a time as this, where Israel's going through such hard times, crisis, trauma. And while we're going through this, the president of the Hague International Court, right? Criminal Court, is Lebanese. The guy's Lebanese, and he's blasting Israel. He's saying, hey, you're making people have to move from their houses and get out of the way of a just war. But what's happening right now from Lebanon? 90,000 people are having to evacuate because of a terrorist group in Lebanon, in the north of Israel. And they're saying, stop the fighting in Rafah. No. Don't stop the fighting in Rafah. Don't be a hypocrite. There's more than 1.5 million Israelis who live in the north, but about 70,000 Israelis had to be evacuated from towns, villages, all near the border. 1,000 homes or so have been damaged from missiles. Many Israeli soldiers are there in the north trying to protect from the blasts from Lebanon, the rockets from Syria. And red alert sirens are heard all day today in central Israel. Yeah, as a barrage of 12 rockets or so were fired at Israel's coastal cities. Tel Aviv, for example, people are rolling under cars, hiding in bomb shelters, trying to find where they can hide because Gaza was launching all these rockets in the central region. I still have to go continue my work, and I need your prayer for safety. I've lost some friends. But now back to the north, for just a second, back to the north, okay? To Hezbollah terror group. Do you know how many tunnels they have in the north? Do you know what underground infrastructure they have in the north? Do you know what kind of what is it called? Rosh Chacham. It's guided missiles that can hit any target on the dot. And at the same time, I see a congregation, close friends of mine who go and pray in a place of prayer for them was blown up by the Hezbollah terrorists as missiles fall all over this land. Okay, they're hitting, and if the war really, really, really starts, which it's on the brink of that, the whole country will be covered in hundreds of thousands of missiles. So go and pray and tell your close friends it's really time to pray for Israel. Speaking of standing in the gap, speaking of showing love to your neighbor, do you know how much goods and food is crossing the Kerem Shalom crossing in the south? That's to Gaza. So much aid is entering Gaza right now, astronomical amounts. But I want you to meet my good friend Daron. What do people want us to just say? Okay, let's just let terror run free and run rampant, and the children kidnapped, and if the shepherds don't take their shepherd sticks and defend the flock from the wolves will smell the blood and they just will go and continue massacring. And I call this zombie apocalypse, the Nazi zombie apocalypse. Yeah. A few heroes who stood up though. There was a few.
All right, guys, here we are on the coast of Gaza. This is the U.S. port that you hear about on the news. And the humanitarian aid is coming in right here behind me. Empty trucks that have already been unloaded, sending in humanitarian aid into Gaza. So for all the online experts that keep saying that they think they know what's happening and how the Gazans are being starved, they're not getting what they need, whatever. Look at this. This is from my vantage point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 empty full trailer trucks that have been unloaded right here. And that's just some of the tons of humanitarian aid that's coming in here through the U.S. port. Okay, this is the U.S. government that's built this floating port here, and they're bringing in, you can see the ships in the distance over there. You can see them where they load all the goods. They bring them here and they bring them into Gaza. So this is debunking a lot of the crap that you're hearing online, on the news, whatever. This is what's happening. We're here. We're seeing this. We're observing it. While at the same time, the military, the IDF, is conducting our operations. We're trying to eliminate the terrorists, and we're trying to get back our hostages. You already probably heard on the news that there have been hostage bodies that have been retrieved. So we've been able to restore the bodies to the families so they could mourn. Unfortunately, they were dead. And that's the missions that we're conducting and we're trying to do here. Until this is all over, this is the reality.
Be strong and of good courage. Fear not. Don't be afraid of them, for the Lord your God, he goes with you, and he will not fail you nor forsake you. That's Deuteronomy 31, verse 6.
Hello, Aliyah Return Center. Thank you very much for all your support in the fighting, helping with the success for the Israeli soldiers. Thank you very much for supporting us in so many ways.
We really appreciate what you do for us, and this is going to help us to win this war, which is very just. So we wish you a lot of prosperity in your life. We love you a lot.
Am Israel Chai.
Bye.